Hi there, it's Liz. Just gonna do another update on my A5 Filofax, the Malden and Ochre. So let's get right in. Lots of things haven't changed, I should say. All the things are here. I don't use these washi tapes, but it's just so cute, nice and colorful, and they don't take up any space. Yeah, my sticky notes, I actually use quite a bit. I actually need to replenish them, and my classmates laugh at me, but they borrow my sticky notes during the last seminar week. So it's come in very handy to have different kinds here. Yeah, have all the different kinds of sticky notes. So still love that. And this hasn't changed. I haven't changed the quote that I have in here. That's in my little Daiso clear plastic pocket. Have this one from, goodness, I can't remember her name anymore. Vanessa Reyes. This awesome thing that Tina G, my pen pal, sent to me. She colored this. I can't believe it. She's just awesome. So anyway, let's get on to the actual planner. My color coding system has not changed. It's been working fine for me. Use my 5-color Coletto pens, which I love, and I use the 0.4 ink in, is this 0.4? Yes, 0.4 size, which is great for me because I don't really push too hard on the pen, and it's still very thin enough to write on all these different things without it seeping through. And oh, before I forget, Mitz, who is Mitz, M-I-T-S space T, or I think that's her name. I'll link her in here somewhere. She was so nice. She was posting on Facebook about sending these, or you know, you pay her through PayPal and she'd send you this, and I'd been wanting one of this for a long time. This is another 5-color barrel, which I've never seen like in person, or else I would have bought it. And it comes with some refills, and she was kind enough to send it to me. Thank you, Mitz. And I have a little package to send to you, which is sitting back here. Anyway, when I get a chance to go to the post office, I may make hubby do that. Anyway, I totally digress. Back to the calendar. Alright, so I'm keeping the whole year's worth of month on 2 pages. I have the Filofax version. And I like this for just seeing my month at a glance. I received one of my syllabi earlier, so I put due dates down already. That's what the red one is for one particular class, and I just received my other one, or I printed out my second class's syllabus. I have to do the same thing for that, and everything that's due, whether it's a discussion board post, which is basically a little 1-page paper with references, and that's what gets you the references. Anyway, totally digressing. I put it in here so I could see that I have to write, basically write, do some research. And I love these little reinforcements from Daiso, which I have yet to find since I found them so many months ago. And the color coding is going great. I have my kids' school that's out on spring break. When I'm back in school for my seminar week, my work schedule with call time, I use the little Daiso stickers for birthdays, and I had to handwrite one of the holidays in. These are old stickers from Autumn Leaves, if anyone remembers them. This is a gift from a rack from Precious, who was in one of the who is still in one of the Filofax groups. And so yeah, it's cute. It's stickers, which I love. Stickers, have loved stickers for a long time. Still have the whole what week I am in the quarter here, so when I look and make plans, I know how busy I'll be. Like here, I have more assignments due, so I'm not going to have much of a social life. So that's been working great. I love the month on 2 pages. And then my little cat that my Emma drew for me. Goodness, I'm kind of popular right now. So I had made a list of requested dates off. And this one is still the same. I put when our winter breaks, spring breaks, all our breaks, when I have class, when I'm actually go to school physically. And so that's all I have on this. And I also have one for 2015, which is hopefully the year I graduate. So I just received my last several quarters of seminar weeks. So I put that in there. Oh, that reminds me, I need to print out my daughter's. I looked last week and I found that the academic calendar for the next school year, which will include 2015, has come out. So I need to print that and write when their spring break is, when their last day of school, because their days of school are changing, and when they go to class. And I think next year they have a 1-week spring break. This year it was a 2-week spring break. So lots of changes. And I have to put that in this so I could plan my life for the next year, which, yeah, sad but true. But anyway, these little hearts that you see are the Daiso hearts, and they represent birthdays. And then the stars are holidays here in the US, or holidays, like I put Halloween. Just things that I'd like to be home early for that day for the girls, so that they could so that someone could take them trick-or-treating, because my husband works evenings. He won't be able to take them out. So more hearts, different colors, because I have pink and red for my immediate family, my husband, my mother, the kids, that kind of thing, and our anniversaries. And yellow is for actually my mother and stuff. No. So red and pink are me, my hubby, the kids. And then any other color is our parents and anyone else. So that's what this one is. Another little thing from my daughter. So then we go to the week on 2 pages. These are also from Filofax. And I took out last quarter's pages to show you. I mean, what I would do is, on the month on 2 pages, it had just a dot. And then on the week on 2 pages, I used the Post-it notes and actually wrote the assignment, which you can't really see through here. I put the class number and responses sometimes. Like, for example, these are discussion boards. So you'd have to actually answer the question by Wednesday. And then some teachers would require you to reply to 2 people. Some teachers would require you to respond to 1 person. So depending on how many responses you'd have to make, I'd make a box so that I don't forget and there's no uncertainty. And I did do some color coding. Sometimes it didn't work, but see, I crossed things off because life changes. And I was pretty good at using the color coding, my little color coding system. And as you can see, some weeks there wasn't much, because this is mainly for work and school. And sometimes I'd put personal things because I had this particular planner open. Like if I received something from a pen pal, I'd stick it in here and then put it into my personal size. Just because now I'm keeping track of that kind of thing, just to remind myself, oh, I really should write back to my pen pal, which I've got, I think, 10 or so now, which is really cool. And yeah, see here, this was a busy week. You can see I had stuff due for all 3 classes. And what I love was these little things that I used to mark off the weeks, because as you know, as the weeks go by, to have more assignments and crunch time and all that kind of stuff. So this was finals week, or actually no, this was the week after seminar week, and we had so many things due. And sometimes I used Post-it notes, sometimes I didn't. But this system is really working for me. It's my most used section in my calendars. And I had bought these little things from Vroman's, and I'm sure you can get them at other places. I don't know where, but that's where I happen to find them, and they're worth 8 of them. So what I do is I use one for today that marks the day on the week, and then I use the others to mark off the beginning of the month, because if I put more tabs it would just get too crazy, you know, at the top here. So this is nice for, you could see the beginning of the month, but it doesn't, there's not stuff sticking out that kind of get in the way and that kind of thing. And what I did before was I would clip, because these were strong enough to hold four sheets of paper or so for, let's see here, it could hold 4 sheets of paper, but I found as I made appointments and stuff like that, I'd take out the page and then these things would go flying off and I'd have to go retrieve them, and it was just too much. So what I did instead was just put them on the beginning of the month. So here's the one for May. Here's the one to start June, that kind of thing. Just makes it a little easier, so that things don't go flying and I lose one and then I'll have a hissy fit. So that was one change. Another thing that I think is so cute, I love these little things to mark off the weeks of school, and you could use it to mark whatever it is that you need to mark off. So if it's for work or school or just personal things. These happen to be from this little tweet memo, which I got from Mochi Things. Love this stuff. It's so cute. And I think I'm going to use these, or maybe not this time around, but I have these. Hold that page. And these were from Barnes & Noble. And the thing that gets me is the sticky part is in the middle. So they're like Post-it notes, but the sticky is in the middle. So you got little wings. Although I've torn a couple, like this one. I just keep it up top to remind myself, be careful. But what I'm doing this quarter that I didn't do last quarter for my classes is when I have bigger assignments, not my little discussion board, you know, little one-page type things, but when I have a bigger assignment due, like this week I have a report progress summary that I need to do for my instructor, I make one of these little notes and I stick it up in the notes section here. And just to remind me, for this class, I need to think about this so that this week, so that I could be ready for next week. And I'll do one for my other class. I have the blue one for my other class. I also have orange, but I only have 2 classes this quarter, so I just have to worry about those 2. But this will be a nice little way to remind myself, hey, in 2 weeks you got a big assignment due. Remember, you got to do certain things. So I'm going to try that out this quarter. And I took out, as you can see, obviously I took out last quarter stuff just to save space, because this little guy, or big guy, is getting full and heavy. And so yeah, I just do a little bit of decorating, not too much. And I went through till what? Through till my last quarter, or I mean last week of this quarter. So I had already started putting my school week things, and these were from Precious again. It's really nice to share them on here. So I have these for summer, and then I also found these real Akuma ones that came in these little booklets. So these do my fall classes. So I'll see. Then that way, when I make schedules and appointments and stuff like that, I know where I am in the week instead of looking at the month. Because sometimes I found myself looking at the week instead of the month out of view, and that would help me in terms of just scheduling life and trying to have a social life when you're in school and you work full time. So that's that. And then my last section is that one day on a page business diary, which right now is a complete fail. I had my friend buy this for me when she was in London last summer, thinking this would be a great way to prepare for when I actually start my project, my final project. And I wanted to start this year because to get used to it. And so far I've failed miserably. So you see, the first day I had a lot of stuff, and I did color code because I do put some personal things in here. It has the appointments, and it goes from 7 to 1900 or 7 p.m. And there's an extra space down here for other things. And I work 10-hour days, so, and my start times differ. So this is pretty nice. But here we go. Let's see. Like when I work, I mean, that's all I have to write. I don't write what patients I see because of patient confidentiality, that kind of thing. I don't put notes because I don't want anything to be, called in if there was ever any question. But I use it mostly for the notes section. And what I really wanted was for some of our classes, we have to keep track of our practice hours. So that class happened to be this color blue, so I'd put in here the time, how many minutes. Oh, the sun is going away. That kind of thing. But as you flip through, some days were pretty good, other days were horrible, and then as it got towards the end of the quarter, it was pretty much non-existent. So, and another thing I found was that I would often write things that happened. So I'd sit at the end of the day and go, okay, well, I worked here and then I did this and this, instead of being proactive and doing it before the day started. So far, not doing so well. It could just be me getting used to it, not being used to a day on a page. I just don't really need it right now. But I did pull out the next 3 months worth, or the next quarter's worth, and put it in here because I'll give it another go. And that's that. So the next thing I changed in my A5 is the school section. So I have my syllabus or syllabi. Right now I'm taking 2 classes and I've color coded them. So I got my blue class and my pink class. And on the very front I have my to-do section. And as you can see, some things were changed. As I make notes, it's a working to-do list. And this thing was canceled. I changed things around because my work will reimburse me if I get a B or better for so many units for every calendar year. So I don't want to waste those units. I don't want to pay for everything. I have that. So I also have my this is the whole 3-year program broken down. So I am over here in spring, so I'm almost done. 1 more full year. And I love having this with me. Love, 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 love it. And then I've got broken down the start and end dates of our quarters and the seminar dates. I finally got the last year worth of seminar dates. I have that in there for easy reference. And I've also put them in my the fold-out year and my month on 2 pages and that kind of thing. So this little divider here, my Hamley divider. So for one class, what I did, once again, this one just brings me to the first page. It's easy to see. I need to put this where the due dates are. I had an extra one, so I put it there. But I've underlined it in, these are my assignments, and I'll put my little due date thing here. So actually I have one for this week. So it brings me to the grid for everything. So I don't actually have a page in this particular one. So let's see. Yep. Nope, there isn't one. So let's put it here. So I have my schedule there, and then I have paper, the Filofax paper, and it comes with the different colors. So of course I had to have blue paper that went with my blue class. And for my second class, I have, which is red market dots. I don't have pink market dots. Pink and red are close enough And so that's why I just use the red for this, but I don't have any red post-it notes, and rather than buying some, I just use the pink ones because it's interchangeable for me. And once again, went through my syllabus, have like the this week, which I didn't write on this, and have my syllabus there. And I don't have pink paper, but I just use yellow paper for this class. And then if I had a third class, since I don't, I just kept the orange paper in the back. I do have pink paper, but I wanted to use it for something else, so that's why I got yellow. You know, you use what you got. And I could have bought pink paper or used it, but I just didn't feel like it. So here is, I won't show you the school district method, but this is the kids' school calendar, and I actually this one I did reduce, but that's what I used to put in. And I also have the girls' papers. Like every year in school, we have to fill out papers that has, you know, contact information and what do you call that stuff? Contact information and insurance stuff. So I just copied them and printed them here. So that's all the same. These are still the same lists and stuff like that. These are phone numbers. Everything else is pretty much the same. So yeah, that is one stuffed A5 binder. And what I do is I have to pull this up so that the pages don't get stuck. Let me pull these things out. And oh, I can actually close this one now because I took out some of these week on 2 pages. So it's easier to close. So it's nice. And that, my friends, is my updated A5 Ochre Malden. Thanks for watching, and if you got any questions or suggestions for how to make this better for next quarter, I'd love to hear from you or read from you or however you want to call it. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll chat with you later. Bye.